What's up
right
next,
now.
Pasa?
What's up next? We have Fam's favorite person. Let's
Okay,
talk
so-
about the progressive Anna Kasparian.
So yesterday was like a shit show because there was this, going on with AOC and the Green Party being attacked
On
by
Twitter.
by neoliberals and progressives, and then there was this whole situation with the censorship because this is why we're talking about here. That's the big story, as Pasta said, the censorship. So Jimmy Dore posted this because Anna Kasparian does a lot of work with Jacobin magazine, right? And so Bhaskar Sunkwara said, but Facebook is now blocking our videos for violating community standards that trigger certain keywords. Was it the Marxist Bolivia or Biden? So, Facebook
All three of them.
absolutely is going after leftist media. And who told you that this would happen? Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, yeah. So did a few other people.
I don't know if
who
you know this,
saw.
fam. I'm a civil liberties
Shut
guy.
up, Pasta.
I said that how many times? Like I get yelled at for it and stuff like that. But we sounded the alarms on this a long time ago. So did
Right.
Jimmy Dore. When it comes to censorship, it's bad. They deplatform Alex Jones. Eventually, they'll get
Yep.
to you, and it happened.
Exactly. So Jimmy said, I had many spirited debates about censorship in the TYT studio. I was warning that being pro-censorship will always come back to bite the left even harder. Reminder, no matter how much you hate someone who is speaking, the antidote to bad speech is more speech, not censorship. 100%.
More speech.
100%, Jimmy. And we talked about this too during the during the Alex
I
Jones.
can't get it. He can get it up though.
During the Alex Jones, when Alex Jones was banned, we were like, hey, they're going to go after him. I can't stand the guy. They're going to go after him. But
And Anna Kasparian said, I don't think Alex Jones should be able to use platforms to encourage people to threaten, harass parents whose children were gunned down. The Posner family had to move 7 times because of it. If Jimmy wants to provide a real example of how we're pro-censorship, I'd love to hear it. That was Anna tweeting back at Jimmy. And then Jimmy said,
yes, I'm for censoring the guy for sure. Now, can you point out where I am for censorship? Because that's what she was saying, right? So again, I mean, people have their limits. They say, well, inciting violence is one thing, but was he really inciting violence, or was he just saying things you didn't like? If someone breaks free speech laws, that's for a court to decide, not Mark Zuckerberg. The very censorship you cheer on is now being visited upon you, yet you remain obtuse, of course. Exactly. So if somebody is breaking the free speech rules, then that should go to a court, right? You shouldn't decide, Anna. If you have a platform, you shouldn't be censoring them. YouTube shouldn't be censoring them. These tech giants shouldn't be censoring them. The government shouldn't be censoring them. The people can decide, hey, is this something that might be considered inciting violence? That's what should happen.
Yeah.
If you are asking for more censorship, all it does is come back and literally hurts the left. It hurts the anti-establishment, whether you're
it
an
hurts
independent.
everybody too. So
It hurts everybody,
hurts
but
our
but I
society.
know. But what I'm saying is, people who consider themselves progressive, like you think you're doing a favor by going after these conservative viewpoints, you're only hurting yourself, and you're also coming out as a hypocrite because you're going to end up in this fascist type of environment. That's the kind of environment you were trying to avoid in the first place.
Yeah. It's overall, it's bad for our society. I love it when somebody goes, I think the answer to freedom of speech is more speech. And, Jimmy said that, but somebody else said that before. A couple people have said that. Anna's next tweet was what, Johnny? Because I don't have it up here. I'm blocked. Hashtag I've been blocked by Anna. Who hasn't been blocked by Anna? If you can bring that being a little bit. Being obtuse is pretending that there are no limitations to speech, including violence against people for money, as Alex Jones did with Sandy Hook victims. It isn't protected speech, okay? Telling those victims to just wait for the courts as their lives are threatened is ridiculous. Pam?
Again, she is demanding more censorship of speech because she doesn't like Alex Jones. I don't like Alex Jones either, but him getting deplatformed is what led to a bunch of YouTubers getting platformed who weren't doing anything wrong, deplatformed, us getting censored, everybody now. Look what's happening right now. Look at what's happening with Julian Assange. And I just wanted to point out, this is coming from Anna Kasparian, who literally had to get dragged by everybody, by all the Assange people, by multiple people from other journalists, from other outlets. why haven't you covered Julian Assange in order for her to cover Julian Assange? And what did Cenk do? He was started tying him to Russia. Like, this is this is just this network again. And to me, it's more dangerous for a network like TYT because they're supposed to be progressive. So to me, they're more dangerous because they're tricking people back into the Democratic Party, back into thinking in this lesser of evil shit, back into buying the Russiagate shit. It's pretty much MSNBC light. And if we don't like talk about what they're doing and how much of a disservice it is, people are going to consider that progressive, and that's not progressive.
And she's got the neoliberal tactics down very well. That she's gonna like tap on your sense of compassion. Like, oh, look what he's doing though. You know, he's actually calling for violence. Did he actually call for violence though?
And even if he did that, again, it's a court of law.
Not Mark Zuckerberg. Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what Jimmy says. This is when you are pro censorship, you have to rely on straw man arguments like this. Just admit that you're cool with Mark Zuckerberg censoring. Just own it. You have the courage to admit it, even as you're being censored. You're cool with the anonymous Silicon Valley bureaucrats censoring you without due process. And that's the truth, too, as well. And once again, a lot of people will always say, well, where did Alex Jones call upon violence or whatnot? Was there some concerning things he was talking about? When you're doxing people who've lost family members, that's fine. But once again, that's got to go to a court of law. The platform could have said something and stopped that, but just to censor him and take him down right off the bat, it's very, very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. When you open up that door for that bullshit to come in, who knows when it's going to stop? Then it'll stop on when you're saying anything. I mean, we've been censored over here. We've been shut down for what? We didn't even make any implications on those stories. So, I mean, once you open up the door for that and you're okay with that, and that's what to do. The neoliberals lean on the progressives, on their feelings. You know what I'm saying? On the wokeness, on the, oh, you have to do this because, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. If you're not doing this, you're not compassionate, whatnot. Don't look at the policies. Don't look at everything that can happen. Don't look at the nuanced point of view of where this could lead to. Just stop it right now. Even if it's people you disagree with, let's shut them up. And that's the whole mentality. And a lot of progressives have taken that bait. And it's really a shame. You have a tweet right here.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that even though Anna Kasparian and TYT spent almost 4 years peddling conspiracy theories like Russiagate, we never demanded their censorship because we know it's never the answer. We should be able to expose lies, not hide them. And then Jimmy said, what is amazing to me is that a journalist at TYT, Anna Kasparian, who is currently being censored by Facebook, spent today arguing with me in favor of exactly this kind of censorship she is now the victim of. Even that can't wake her out of her pro-censorship stance. And again, it's like, even that can't wake her up for speaking about, against censorship. Like, even that, it doesn't matter. Why? Because she is a cog to this machine. She believes in, she's status quo. She's a status quo politician that speaks in a progressive way. Or not a politician, a journalist that speaks in a progressive way. So you can go back and believe into what she says and pretty much buy the same thing that the Democratic Party is buying you, just with more woke language. And it's really dangerous, in my opinion, because I know who Fox is, I know who CNN is, and I know where the media stands. But when you're trying to frame yourself as a progressive network and you're spewing this very, very concerning language of pro-censorship, completely ignoring the Assange story unless it tweaks to your narrative, it really is, to me, doing a disservice to actual progressive news.
They took the money and they ran. They took the money and they ran and do what they got to do. Even Jimmy put up a little tweet of someone else, another channel that was taken down, 8 years worth of work, 5 million views, 2,000 plus videos just gone. Like that. Last American Vagabond, American Poly, boom. People getting dinged left and right. It's disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. What not? They're breaking antitrust laws. Don't say it's just a private company. Yeah, well, they have a right to be fair and balanced across the board, especially if they're going to be labeled as a platform, not as a publisher. They broke the law. They deserve to get sued. We deserve to see transparency. There's no transparency in our media. There's no transparency in our elections. There's no transparency anywhere.
Nope.
And it's kind of disgusting. So that's that.